We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello everyone, myself Mr. Pradeep Patel, working as an assistant professor in Vidyadeep Institute of Engineering and Technology, Anitaki. Today we are learning in subject Fundamental of Machine Design, chapter number 2, Moment of Inertia of Polar Cross-Sectional Area. So before learning about the moment of inertia, we have to learn the concept that is of center of gravity. How we can define centroid or center of gravity. So every particle is attracted by the earth towards its center. So the force of attraction, which is proportional to mass of the particle, acts vertically downward, and it is known as the weight of the body. Okay, so a point may be found out in a body through which the result of all parallel forces act. Okay, so this point, the point through which the whole mass of the body acts irrespective of its position. It is concentrated at one particular point that is known as a center of gravity or centroid, or simply it is written as a CG. Okay, so it may be noted that every mass, every body has one and only one CG. Every body is having only one CG. Okay. Now, centroid. Okay, so this center of gravity is generally used for volume areas. For area object, we are using a term centroid. So centroid is the plane figure like triangle, circle, rectangular, have only areas but no mass. The center of the area of such a figure is known as a centroid, and the method of finding out the centroid of the figure is same as that finding the center of gravity of the body. It may look center of gravity or centroid and the vice versa. Okay, so method of center of gravity. The center of gravity found out by the three methods here, through analytical method and one graphical method, geometrical consideration, and by moment you can also find out the center of gravity, and by graphical method. So center of gravity by geometrical consideration. So the center of gravity of a uniform load is lie at a always middle of the point. Okay, and the center of the gravity of a triangle lies at a point where three medians, vertex, the connecting the vertex, and the middle point of the opposite side of the triangle meet. The center of gravity of a rectangular or the parallelogram is at a point where diagonal meet each other. So it is also the point of interaction of the lines joining the middle point of the opposite side, and center of gravity of a circle is at its center. So these are generally geometric consideration. So center of gravity by moments you can also find out by this way. You have to take two reference x and y axis, then you have to assume number of masses at a distance x1, x2, and x3 small masses. Now let for principle as per the principle of moment. So total moment is equal to sum of all the moments. So m into x bar, that is equal to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 m3 x3. So x bar, that is equal to sigma moment of about x axis divided by m, and y bar is equal to moment about y axis divided by m. So m is equal to m1 plus m2 plus m3. So by this way you can also find out, but this is the typical way generally. So important terms, that is the axis of reference. So whenever you are calculating your moment centroid, you must require some reference axis. So the center of gravity of a body is always calculated with reference to some assumed axis known as a reference axis. So axis of reference of a plane figure is generally taken as a lower line of the figure for calculating y bar and the left line of the figure for calculating x bar. So simply you can take one example here. Okay, if you want to find out the centroid of any object. So if you have object like that, so for y bar, okay, so this is your reference axis x. That means the lower portion of your object and left side of your object for x axis. Okay, if you find out the x bar, okay, so whenever you have given, then it is okay. If you have not given, then you have to consider the outermost axis of your object. So that is for all objects when you have not given. Now, center of gravity of a plane figures. So here we have to only consider about the plane figures like areas. Okay, so center of gravity of a plane figures, the plane geometrical figures like t, l, I, z have only area but no mass. So center cg, you can call it centroid or center of gravity, it is vice versa. Okay. So center of gravity is found out in the same way as the solid body. So center of area of such a figure is known as a centroid. Okay, generally it is termed centroid, and center of gravity and coincide with the center of gravity of the figure. So it is in most common practice used to use center of gravity for centroid and vice versa. So if you want to find out your centroid about x-axis and y-axis, so that means x bar and y bar, you have to take a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3. Same way, a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 upon a1 plus a2 y2. So this is for composite bar. Okay. Taking one example here, if you are having one rectangular, okay, this is your rectangular, having a dimension like here, this dimension 40, this dimension 20. Okay, if you want to find out the x bar, y bar, so we are just taking one example here. You are just joining these two lines here. So it is at the center point. So you can simply observe these things here. Okay, so this is here. So it's x bar, that is equal to first of all you have to consider uh, outermost axis. Okay, so if you are, this is your outermost axis here, and another one that is here. So you, if you want to find out the x bar, you have to take as a reference axis. So x bar for this rectangle, x bar is equal to 40 by 2. Okay, so it is lying like that here. Okay, so it is lying like here. Okay, so 40 by 2, it's x bar. Okay, and y bar you have to consider from this axis. So that is equal to 20 by 2, that means 10. So it's x bar y bar is equal to 20 10. Okay, so simply in this is for simple object, and this formula is for composite object. So for each and every object you have to calculate, find out the a1 x1 and a1 x1 and y1 for all object when you find out the centroid. Okay, now center of gravity of symmetrical section, that is also called axis of symmetry. Okay, so sometimes the given section whose center of gravity is required to be find out, it is symmetrical about x axis or y axis. In such a cases, the procedure for find out the center of gravity of the body is very simplified, as we have to only calculate x bar and y bar directly. So this is the reason that the center of gravity of body will lie on the axis of symmetry. So just simply take one example here. Okay, for if you are having a C shape, if you are having a shape like that, C shape, I have not drawn the perfectly shape. This is a C shape. If you are cutting this shape from center, if you are cutting from here, you are getting a board shape in identical parts, just like a mirror image. So you can call it this axis is symmetrical about axis axis. This axis is symmetrical about axis axis. So you are directly getting your x bar. Sorry, this axis is symmetrical about axis axis. So you are directly getting your y bar. Okay. If you are taking one more example, there's an example of I shape. Example of I shape. Okay. This is considered for when you are having a bot identical shape. Otherwise, you can call it I shape. Okay. So we have taken the example of I shape. Now I am just dividing this object into two parts from y axis. If I am cutting this object about from vertical axis, this is a y axis. If object is symmetrical over y axis, then you are directly getting your x bar. So if you are cutting this object from here also, so you are getting the same part in both ways. So this object is symmetrical about x-axis as well as y axis. So you do not have to use follow all this procedure. You are directly getting your x bar and y bar. Clear? Now some of the examples are given here. As a symmetrical portion over y axis bisecting, example, find out the center of gravity or centroid of 10, 100 mm, 150 mm, 30 mm of the T section. Now, here you have to take which object is taken as a 100, 150 and 30. Okay, so he has given one example here. So first you have to taken as a length 100 mm, its height that is 150 mm and wave that is 30 mm. Okay. Now you have to find out the centroid. This is a T section. If you are cutting it vertically, you are getting the identical shape. So you are directly getting your x bar. Axis is symmetrical about y axis. So you are directly getting your x bar. X bar that is equal to total distance 100. So your x bar is 50. Okay. Now you have to do the exercise for calculating the y bar. Okay. So let us bottom of the wave EE as a reference axis. They have considered one reference axis. You can simply take just like that. This is the outermost axis. Sorry, outermost axis. Okay, this one axis as well as sorry, this one axis. So this is for x and this is for y. So you have to take as a reference. Now, rectangular is divided into two parts. There are the different some of the cases like that. You have to consider this as a part 1 and this is a part 2. They have given the number here A, B, C, H and G, D, E, F. Okay, you can take as per your. This is a part 1, 2. This is a 1, 2. It is depending upon you. Now for each part you have to calculate. You have directly find out the x bar. Now you have to do exercise for y bar. So you have to find out the area of each component and y1 for each component. So a1 that is equal to, you can know 100 by 30. You can see here. Now y1. So this object, this is your reference axis. At how much height its centroid located? Now you can understand here simply. So this is, if this is your object and this is your object. If you are drawing its diagonal, your centroid is located here. Okay, so you have to take distance from this much here to here. So you have to add 120. This is 120 multiplied by 120 plus. So he has mentioned in alternate way. He has taken 150 and subtracted this from top distance. So 30 by 2. So 150 minus 30 by 2. Okay. So in this way you can find out this y1. Now next, taken this object. So its centroid is located like here from this point to this point. So your centroid is somewhat located here. Okay, so you have to find out this much distance. So this distance that is 120. Its height is 120. So 120 by 2. You can see here this is 120 by 2. Okay, now simply you have to put all this in your formula. Okay, So here a1 x1 a1 y1 plus a2 y2 divided by a1 plus a2. So in this way you can calculate, simply calculate this example, and you are finding out your y bar. So your answer x bar, you directly know x bar 50 and y bar 94.1. So at somewhat this point its centroid is located. Okay. This object is symmetrical about, we can see this example here. Find out the centroid cavity of the channel C shape they have given. Okay, as we know, um, he has considered if you are cutting this object from x-axis, you are directly getting your y bar. Okay, so your y bar is 50. Now you have to do exercise for x bar here. So you have to find out a1 x1. So a1 x1, that is 50 by 2. Okay, you directly know if in this way. Okay, and for second portion, he has taken this portion. So its y bar is 15 by 2. As we know, its centroid is at which point its centroid locally, that we are seeing first. You can take on one example here. See, in this way you have, if you have any query, you have to just draw the shape like that. Then you can easily find know where its centroid located. Okay, and you are also able to know if there is a some of the query in your solution. Okay, so in this way you can see this. Okay, and finally you have to add in your portion. Okay, here a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 x3. Okay. Now one good new example given here. He has given the ISEF with a different flange. Okay, so we know that ISEF is not symmetrical about, we know that ISEF is symmetrical about both axis, but here it has taken the different case. It is having a different plane dimension. So this object is symmetrical about YY axis, no, but not symmetrical about X axis, because we are not getting an identical set. So same way, you can solve this example here. For this example, okay, so you have to find out the centroid. If you are having an unsymmetrical shape, then you have to find out the a1 x1 y1 for each and every part. Okay, so for finding out the moment of inertia, you must need to know about its centroid first of all. So in this way we can calculate our centroid.